Let's have a chat.
Alright, so a little bit different video this time, since I wasn't feeling the best past few days, English weather, and also I spent way too much time trying to rescue this green goblin. Screw you! So we'll talk the War Thunder talk today, while we wait for the next update, should be soon I hope. And sorry guys, I don't have energy to do subtitles for this video. Please use YouTube subtitles if needed. They are not perfect, but they are good enough.
You're lazy.
It's more of a rant, wish list, some good and some bad ideas video. So after 2023 June, after a little community backlash, War Thunder improved quite a bit, I would say. I feel like many people would agree, but there is still a lot to improve in ground and especially naval battles. Naval battles especially. Good old notepad action, because I can't remember everything. And we'll talk about ground and naval only, since I don't play with IR planes. Alright, ground battles. You see, for top tier at least, or enduring confrontation game mode for top tier. Once you upgrade your top tier MBT, there should be a place to use it properly. Like a big game mode where you have multiple objectives, multiple things to do. Defend, attack, capture that, destroy that, convoy there, this and that would be awesome, I feel like. Do you guys agree with me? Let me know. Big maps for top tier, and later use smaller portion of it for lower BRs. You create one mass map, not a size map, but a big map, like Tunisia, for example, we have in game. You can see only at the top tier. Use the full size big map for the top tier, and then smaller portions of that map for low BRs. Easy win, you have big map for the top tier, and you have smaller map or maps of the same big map for low BRs. Everyone is happy, I hope. More game modes. Well, probably we can combine with EC. Attack, defend game mode. I have been capturing ABC for the past, I don't even know, man, 10 years now. I think my account is 2014. Would be nice for some change, you know, something else. Maybe we can keep random battles as they are now, but give us ground EC and I'll be happy. Spawncamping issue. This issue as old as the War Thunder itself. And never been solved properly. Emergency spawns. Well, I saw this thing in World War II, World War III game. When the one team is losing a lot, the losing team gets an emergency spawn somewhere else on the map. I feel like that could work in War Thunder as well. At least, you know, for one spawn, like you spawn somewhere on the side of the map randomly. The problem is War Thunder maps are too small most of the time, so that could be a problem, you know. So I don't know, but that's a good idea. Or spawn line. I saw somebody suggested that in the forums. Like one side of the map is the spawn, and you could spawn anywhere in that line. That could help prevent spawn camping, you know. You never know where that guy gonna spawn. Maybe he's there, maybe he's there, maybe he's gonna spawn over there. I don't know. So I want spawn camp this close to the spawn. I think that second idea is even better. Gas issue. Well, it's way too powerful, way too easy to get revenge kills, creates too much toxicity in the game. Many people leave the game because of gas. I see a lot of comments like that. So the best solution to fix gas issue would be tank only mode. The current ground realistic battles would stay, basically having 2 game modes. I feel like they would never do it because, well, they would sell way less gas premiums. You know, right now people are basically forced to buy gas. And with having tank only mode, nobody would be buying gas anymore, like way less people. And another thing is splitting community probably would be a bit risky idea. Not the greatest idea, but I think tank only mode wouldn't have much issues with the queue times. I think it would be very popular game mode, and many people will return to the game to play tank only mode. About combined arms, current mixed battle game mode, not sure about that one. How many people would be playing it? Maybe they could do something like, you know, proper combined arms, like with introducing naval and ground and air and having some multiple objectives to fight for. That would be more interesting. having tank only mode and having like proper combined arms game mode with naval, ground and air. But yeah, I feel like that's never gonna happen. What we could expect, force people to play with SPA even if they can hit crap still. With better SPA reward, I feel like that would definitely help a lot. They could limit the amount of casts. Forgot to add some more stuff, but they could increase the spawn requirements for casts as well. Timer limit for casts, like first 5 minutes, nobody can spawn the cast. That will help as well. Probably there is many more options they could do. But yeah, this is a big issue and major thing why people uninstall War Thunder. I feel like one that levers at a top tier, because it mostly happens at a top tier with top tier premiums. At least right now they get some free backups. That's nice, but once you run out of those, I don't know, 10, 20 backups, you still have one vehicle. How could they fix it? Well, 3 lineups with about the same BR vehicles would be nice to have. Would definitely push some people to respawn. And also it would be nice if those vehicles won't have that crazy penalty for researching low BR vehicles. So that would help even more. That wouldn't completely fix the situation, but at least it would do something. Proper night battles. Well, since we now can disable night battles, why we cannot have a proper nights? You still can see without night vision. Why are those flares still flying in the air? It's not night, it's just evening. Evening battles. That's more like evening battles. Crew slots rearrangement. So, yeah. This one needs an update, I feel like. So for example, 𝗥 𝗪𝗥. Once you buy the vehicle, you have to pay Silver Lions for the crew. You have to pay Silver Lions for experting the crew. And then if you want, you can pay Golden Eagles to ace the crew. And then the vehicles get stuck in the spot. You cannot move it anywhere else. And in case you will want to use it at high BR with a different lineup, the spot is taken by Leopard 1 because I expert the crew as well over here. I didn't know that 𝗥 𝗪𝗥 was in the spot, so I expert the crew, and then I cannot use 𝗥 𝗪𝗥 in the spot because Leopard is in the spot, and I have to buy another slot for 𝗥 𝗪𝗥 if I want to use it at 8.0. Look at that. Ferdinand expert crew, 𝗥 𝗪𝗥 expert crew. Now I have to move Ferdinand somewhere else. Tiger 2 expert crew as well. What the hell? Had to move that thing somewhere else. It gets way too messy. Like, whole thing is just needs to be reworked. I feel like you should be able to switch slots anywhere you want. And you wouldn't have to buy crew again. You wouldn't have to expert the crew again and ace the crew again. Those modifications should attach to the vehicle. So if I want to place Leopard over here, I can place it there. If I want over here, I can place it there. Expert crew will stay. Wow, proper night battles for night battles. I've seen this one before.
Deja vu.
What did you just say?
Camo nets. Would be nice to see camo nets. Researchable camo nets for tanks. And that's all. I'm sure there is more things I would like to see in the game for ground battles, but these are the main ones. And I feel like people will agree on quite a few of these points over here. Naval battles.
Oh boy.
Very underappreciated game mode with a lot of potential, in my opinion. With a lot of potential. I really like naval. Once you learn the aiming and all the mechanics, the game mode becomes much more interesting. It wasn't love from the first sight for me. It took me quite a few tries to really start enjoying naval. That was back in the day with all aiming system. And now it's the game mode I'm most excited for, to see some development. It's a very underappreciated game mode. Alright, so how to improve it? In my opinion. Also, I asked community before, so there is a few things from the community as well. New game modes. Naval really needs new game modes. Current game modes don't really work very well. Like, it's just standard ground battles just in naval. That's about it. It's very stale and it doesn't work and needs a lot of improvements. Map design doesn't work as well. Too many wrong things in current game modes, I feel like. So new game modes with more objectives, mission based, possibly for each ship class. Objectives like things to destroy on the islands, maybe to capture a point you need to destroy some things, aircraft carriers, bases, ground units, do some shore bombardment, lay mines over there, lay mines over there. Probably you could come up with some ideas. Mission based, maybe each class could have their own mission, some sort of mission. Battleships could go destroy enemy carriers, destroyers, cruisers, boats could have their own objective, and that would create more ways to earn SL and RP. capture points with special abilities, that's just another idea. I feel like it would be cool for Coastal to have a special capture point in coastal area where the one who captures it first, they could get a bomber squadron to launch on the enemy team. It could work like Arty, you just mark on the map and the bomber squadron just comes and drops bomb load in that area. Also, the enemy could try to shoot them down if they have a prop on the air. There could be a radio station capture point with some antenna and like some building or just some massive antenna. So it would make sense to have a radio signal to call for bomber squadron. Once one guy uses it, there could be a cooldown, so if someone else captures it, they can only use it when that cooldown timer ends. Just an idea, and you probably can come up with more interesting ideas. Better maps. I mean, maps like this. There's barely any freaking cover, and all these islands are just obstructing your view. You still can lock on the enemy ships. They are just like not properly visible, but you still can lock on the enemy ships. Maps like this is just bad. It's horrible for coastal. They cannot hide properly. They cannot ambush properly. It's just, yeah. This is a bad map example. And this is probably, if not the best, it's one of the better maps in my opinion in Naval. We have proper big islands that actually gives you some cover from the enemy ships. If you want, you can go in the open and fight them more in the open areas. Coastal gets more cover in the middle to do some ambushes and stuff like that. If some blue water ships venture over there, because eventually they will. Map like this is a very good example of better maps. And for some reason, I rarely get this map. I don't know why. Is it bad? For example, if you want quick action, you spawn on C and you get your action right away. If you want to be unseen in the beginning, you spawn on A. Well-balanced naval map for current game modes at least. Better spawns. Oh my god, those spawns in naval are so horrible very often. Like on this map over here. Well, I'm playing against AIs with small bows, but in real battle with other massive battleships, it just gets very clumsy over here. Everybody spawns in one place, too close to each other, and if you break, the guy behind will ram you. If you turn, the guy on the side will ram you. So you just have to go straight and hope nobody will hit you. And you're basically within firing range from the enemy team. 10 kilometers away, you get stuck in this massive traffic jam and you cannot do anything. You are just basically trying to survive in spawn like this. And especially when you are in an up tier, smaller fishes are getting picked off first because they get you easy quick XP. These spawns are designed to bully smaller, weaker ships on the enemy team because, well, they cannot escape anywhere. Well, if I was a teacher, out of 10 points, War Thunder would give 2 or 1 for naval spawn design. Needs to be more spacing and needs to be some more distance between the enemy and your team, especially at the battleship level. 10 kilometers is way too close. If you want to spawn us close to each other, put some island in between us and the enemy so we could like have time to position ourselves the way we want and give us more space to maneuver around, especially at the battleship level. For example, here I don't have much space to turn away and we need some separation between classes when spawning in. Separate spawn for battleship, cruiser, destroyer, and coastal boats. Because spawning in with a cruiser and a battleship in the same spawn and then trying to survive the enemy battleships is not the best idea. It's very bad game design because the enemy team will just target you first because, well, you are free XP, Pinata, and then they'll target the enemy battleships. Same with your team. So spawns should be different. And this, again, this map is very good example how we could improve it. Seaside, more open side could be only for the battleships. Place spawns a bit further away. I feel like about 15 kilometers distance between the battleships should be alright. Destroyer spawn could be somewhere here. Cruiser spawn over there. Coastal boats spawning inside somewhere here. And all fighting. That's much better design than what we have right now. Battleships should be away from everyone else, without line of sight of enemy cruisers or destroyers in the beginning. Future submarines could spawn either over there or over here, eventually, when we get them. There could be aircraft carriers on both sides for the battleships to destroy as their mission. Cruisers defend the convoy with destroyers over here, also trying to hunt submarines. boats again in the middle doing something else, capturing the point, destroying coastal units, AI, enemy players. Also, there could be some shore bombardment for bigger ships to do, some bigger targets to deal with. But there is definitely a room for improvement for naval game modes. And this map should be a benchmark. And all of them contributing towards the victory. Not just, you know, boats capturing all the ABC points and that's it. Who has the most boats wins the battle. Everyone counts. Battleships objective, coastal objective, and then like destroyers, cruisers objective. Everyone needs an objective. Alright, next. Better balance, decompression, and tech tree structure rework. Compression is one of the worst in War Thunder, especially around this area when you move from cruisers to battleships. It's just such a steep jump in power and armor from cruisers to the battleships. So yeah, the game mode I suggested, having separate spawns would definitely help. Also, first gen battleships 6.3 shouldn't be fighting stuff like Scharnhorst. No way, not even a full up tier. They shouldn't see each other at all. This is so broken. At other BRs as well, like between cruisers and destroyers. But obviously I understand why you don't get much decompression because, well, not enough players. Queue times will be longer. Doing this properly, but I feel like would attract more players and we could have more decompression. These are all tied together. Also, tech tree structure rework. Well, if you could have a proper game mode where every class have their own mission and they don't fight each other straight away, you could have battleships from like 1.0 basically, like early battleships. Also, that will help with the compression between battleships. They won't have to fight Scharnhorst finally. So you could either choose coastal, destroyer, or the battleship almost from the get-go. That would be pretty cool. Some early battleship like Dreadnought battleship. Slow, clumsy, inaccurate, but big guns, lots of armor. That would be cool. I feel like we can remove that. I haven't seen many bots lately. I don't know. I think Gaijin kicked them out for the most part, at least in naval. There's only Gaijin bots. Those guys are harmless. Well done, Gaijin. Good job. I created this list a while back. This video was planned a while ago. Low tier coastal ticket bleed is way too quick. Well, basically says what it says. The battles ends way too quick. And research coastal with blue water. Well, like we can research helicopters with tanks. Would be nice to be able to research coastal with blue water. Because right now, coastal is just pain in the a-hole to research. Especially high tier. I mean stuff like this. 3.7 vehicle, 250,000 XP points. You have only 25mm APDS rounds, basically your main gun. No torpedoes, nothing. First of all, how do you even unlock this thing fighting destroyers at this BR? And secondly, how do you even pay this thing? The models cost a lot. 17,000, 23,000, 25mm guns. You are only good against other boats. If there is no other boats in the battle, that's it. You are completely useless. You can just leave it, jump out, that's it, take the loss. That's what I'm saying. Coastal needs more objectives to earn points. That's why Coastal is not popular. It's a freaking awesome boat. And with proper game modes, this thing would be amazing. Like I'm saying, better game modes with more objectives. Naval EC battles. Make Naval EC available for events, battle pass, 24/7. Well, basically it says what it says. Allow us to earn events and battle passes in Naval EC and also allow us to do it 24/7. Because right now we cannot do events and battle pass in Naval EC, so that would be amazing. Captured point rework. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, let me know in the comments, but trying to capture the enemy point when the enemy team is constantly respawning in the same capture point you're trying to capture, just keep on shooting at you and dying and then keep on respawning a lot of time with premium ships with very low repair cost. It's very wacky to me. That needs to be reworked for me. I've seen guys with 50, 60 deaths in Naval EC just for that. They keep on respawning and respawning till the enemy players eventually dies, and that's it. We have to go back to your spawn point where it's far away somewhere. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. They need to rework it. Maybe a cooldown, maybe, I don't know. Maybe when the enemy player is in the capture point, they will have to spawn somewhere else nearby. I don't know. Also, they could make the capture points harder to capture, like add more harder to destroy coastal units and stuff like that. Well, It's good to farm XP, I guess. That is that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. More different missions. A submarine hunt. That would be pretty cool to have. Shore bombardment, capture all rigs in the middle of the ocean. Just an option, like an idea. More missions for low BR vessels, coastal destroyers as well. Like something away from the main battle. So if somebody doesn't have the best of the best, there will be still some options to earn XP and SL. Somewhere away from the main like hotspots. Would be pretty nice to have, you know, things to do for everybody. Bigger carrier escort. I feel like carriers with few destroyers is not enough. There needs to be more vessels around the carrier. World War 1, World War 2 and Cold War era EC. Well, that's probably for far future, but that would be nice to have. Because this and that can really mix very well. And these two and that cannot mix at all. Absolutely no. At least this and that needs to be separate. Free battleship, battle cruiser and cruiser spawn if you don't have them equipped. So if somebody with only destroyer in their lineup could get an option to spawn in a bigger ship to level playing field, you will have to pay repairs and you know, shell costs like everyone else. Because right now, if you are not Japanese with those amazing torpedoes and you don't have a battleship, you are at a disadvantage. No missiles. Well, it says what it says. Naval EC with missiles against World War II era, World War I era ships is just absolutely broken game design and should not be a thing. We already have a few ships with missiles, and those things against destroyers are very powerful. And they fire from far away. It's hard to hit stuff far away. You know, you cannot mix aiming system with a steep learning curve with point and click aiming system. If they're gonna start to add more missile ships, they should be completely prohibited from Naval EC. At least not with the missiles. They can use guns if they have them, but no missiles. Not till we could have enough ships for like Cold War scenario and EC reward. So for all those missions, I feel like they need to have a proper reward, because right now you don't get much points for destroying the enemy carrier, for example, and that bastard can be hard to bring down.
He's a real tough cookie.
They need to improve EC reward. Alright, other things. Some random stuff. Naval servers tend to be crap. Well, lately I think they improved it, so maybe that's not an issue right now, but you used to have package loss, lag, and disconnects. A hotkey for ranging fire and switch on and off secondaries. Controls, naval, hotkeys for these two, so we won't have to go into settings every time we need to turn them off and on. Not fighting your own country ships. I guess that comes with higher player count in naval. Yeah, I really would love to see that one day. Ship horns, completely useless. Would be cool to have one day, just to hear it. Separate airplane BR for air, ground, and naval battles. Well, that's I guess fits not just for naval, for everyone. That would allow aircraft to be better balanced for game modes they are used. Sea life, again another completely useless thing, but maybe one day it would be nice to see when you are in a submarine, a whale sailing by, a shark sailing by, obviously without a damage model, sailing by, making some noise. All fuel spill trail. Actually, maybe I think we have something like that, I'm not sure now. More functions for scout planes. Mark torpedoes, mines, enemy ships. Would be nice to mark stuff with the scout planes, because you can see torpedoes better from the air. I don't think you can see mines very well, but you definitely can see torpedo trails. Having a special marker where you could mark on the map would be pretty nice, or in-game environment. Get back the scout plane on the ship. Rearm the scout plane near the ship. Especially if you're gonna get submarines. This would be nice to have, because scout planes can carry depth charges, at least some of them. So ability to rearm scout plane would be nice, especially when we're gonna start hunting submarines. And place it back on the ship function would be cool to have. Prioritize repairing. Man, it's always so annoying when your all anti-air is damaged and some of your turrets are damaged, and you are fighting some other guy and you press repair, they start repairing anti-air first. That only does is brings your crew from inside the ship on top, and they just die straight away again and you lose crew. So would be nice if I could just, you know, repair my turrets and that's it. If I want to repair my turrets, I repair my turrets and that's it. When I'm fighting the other battleship, I don't need anti-air. Allow me to choose, please. Options to change ship configurations. For example, IJN Tone and Renown. This thing over here, IJN Tone. Aircraft carrying cruiser. That's why all the guns are in the front, and in the rear you're supposed to have a bunch of aircrafts. But we don't have, because this is late for modification without any aircrafts apparently. So it would be nice to have an option for early configuration with the aircrafts on board in exchange for less anti-air, I guess. Weather affecting locking, players and AI. Maybe I need to look at the enemy ship direction for a certain period of time. Probably I was thinking about fog condition when it's heavy fog and you just blindly click on the screen and you lock on the enemy and then you start fighting that guy when you can't even see him through thick fog. I feel like you should need some kind of visual to lock on the enemy. Maybe he needs to fire first so you will see a muzzle flash through the fog, so only then you should be able to lock on him. Or maybe you should need to like point at that direction for a certain period of time for your crew to lock on the guy through the fog. I don't know, but clicking with the middle mouse button blindly through the fog doesn't make sense. I don't know, maybe this is a stupid idea. Customizable test drive. It would be nice to change ships in the test drive. Same as for tanks as well. Would be nice to change tanks in the test drive so you could practice better. In hangar layer to see crew placement and all armor layouts. Yeah, it would be nice to see where is my crew located. How much crew is where. Like there is some in the engine, like in these areas. How much is over here? I don't know. I have no idea. So it's just like an extra tool to learn. Would be nice to have. Armor layout, so you only can see the whole homogeneous armor and anti-fragmental armor, but you cannot see structural armor, so I would love to see that as well. Extra layer would be nice. Armor analysis to see shell falling angle from the distance. Right now at 10 kilometers I have no idea what's the falling angle of the shell, and that actually matters. It doesn't fly straight, that's for sure. It flies at the angle, but what angle? I have no idea. Is it flies like that? Does it fly like that? Maybe it's like that, maybe it's like that. I don't have no idea. So yeah, knowing shell falling angle at what distance would be nice. Plunging fire. It's when you're firing at steeper angle and the shell falls as well at steeper angle. So instead of going through your belt, it goes more through your deck armor. But I'm not sure if all ships are capable to do that, and that maybe would be a bit too OP, I don't know. So yeah, maybe, maybe not. Drydock hangar, that would be cool to have, to see whole ship. Right now you see only this little bit, but to see whole thing, like, oh my god. Naval EC statistics would be nice to have, because right now there is no statistics in the profile. Ice. It would be cool to have like frozen areas on winter maps. Not all the map, but like some areas where only heavy ships are able to pass and make a path for others. Also to have that ice cracking noise would be cool, I feel like. And also in-depth naval tutorials very needed, because seems like a lot of people don't play naval simply because they don't know what they are doing. So we need in-depth naval tutorial with in-depth explanation of everything, every aspects of naval, from controls to aiming to damage model, repair management, and ideally with voiceover. Best way to learn. So yeah, that's my suggestions to improve War Thunder a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you agree, disagree with what you agree, with what you disagree? Maybe I missed something, what you would like to improve in this game? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you will excuse me, I'll go back to my expeditions. There is more things to recover. It's time to get stuck again.